The video is grainy on your flat screen wall display. Image quality is poor, says Kiranova, frowning at her pad. These armor body cams have mediocre resolution. Also, degradation from all the metal and dirt the signal is passing through. It doesn't matter. 3 of your independent mercs are on the scene, closing in on target Alpha somewhere in a sanitation tunnel beneath New Angeles.
There,
says Sloan, as a slender feminine figure drops from out of frame above to land gracefully in ankle-deep gray water. He doesn't have time to add to the comment before the bioroid is moving again, sprinting forward in a blur, sending up a spray of water. The image goes to black. I'll bring up camera 2, says Kiranova, and then she frowns. Camera 2, black. Camera 3, black.
God in Heinlein.
Breathes Sloan.
She's fast.
He glances at his own pad.
All 3 dead.
But we're close, says Kiranova. Very close.
We're tracking the subject through the Undercity now. It's gotten smarter. It's killing less, hiding more.
Sloan wears his sidearm openly now. You notice. His fingers are drumming on the handle now. Dux has draped herself upside down over the most comfortable chair in your office. A glazed expression on her face that tells you she's jacked in at the moment.
So, what's weird about this, man?
She says.
Is that we have all sorts of evidence that it's not an accident. This isn't a Frankenstein here. You science dorks can fight over its brain. I want to find out who gave it its marching orders, man.
You have spies and cam drones and informants everywhere. You'll have all the answers soon.
I can install these people anywhere you like, boss,
says Mathis, helping himself to some coffee.
I think I can come up with a slightly better fake title than Senior Administrative Auditor, too. Something that's a little bit less transparently, I'm a spy for the CEO.
He stirs his coffee, glancing up at nothing.
The harder part is, it's gonna be hiding their salaries in the budgets, but don't worry, I can get that done.
He sips his coffee. I am not certain I understand the purpose of this exercise, complains Kiranova. Embedding surveillance in all of our subsidiaries and departments is just for a fool's hope they will notice something we have missed? She shrugs. Oh well, it is your decision.
We pay much better than the cops and there's less red tape. What do you say?
No Earth military was willing to confirm or deny the existence of the Chimera Group, let alone employing them, but the rumors persisted.
Gru's Army. The message crashes into your sim, interrupting your stream of thought. A winged figure in skate punk fashions flashes by overhead, shouting incoherently. A purple house cat with a fishbowl space helmet sashays past. A film noir detective, a staticky lost phantom. A queer gender Victorian gentle being. A tiny demon riding a much larger demon like a charioteer. You lose track of the number and variety of avatars parading past. The house cat pauses to groom itself, the helmet clipping through its body as if it weren't there. The gang of N reporting for duty. Then the cat snickers. Duty. San Surf comes to a rest in front of you, her heavenly skateboard flickering. We all chipped in and got you something nice. Well, I say, got.
Hi everybody, here's Krystian, and this is TeamworkCast.
And I'm Gereon.
This is our Terminal Directive campaign, game number 8. This is the end times, Gereon.
Yes,
the end times. Each one of those games can be the end of the campaign.
Yeah, you can win the campaign. This game, I have at least 2 more games that I need to score agendas and win.
We had to actually abandon one game. We started one game, but we had actually abandoned it midway through. Because you got an upgrade. You opened your new story pack. And the upgrade upgrades one of the agendas in a way that we missed in one of our games.
Yeah.
And so I think it's the evidence collection, right?
Mm-hmm. It changes evidence collection to be some sort of mini global food.
Yeah.
It's a 3-2 that's only worth 1 point in the runner score
It's
area,
pretty good.
which is completely bonkers when you think about it in constructed terms.
If your top 3 twos were pretty good, 3-2 global food is pretty good.
Yes. Yeah. Somehow we managed to botch this, and so we only. I mean, it was his 3rd or 4th turn or something like that.
So we said we're going to restart because we
scrap it. Let's restart.
I think at this point I won the game, but in a very quick fashion. But then we realized, I actually didn't win the game, but we're already like wrapping up the game. So we skipped this. We don't see this. That's why there's like so many check marks on our pads. And that's why also because this was so turbulent, the lamp is in view, so you don't really see how many credits I have, but you will see. And Gereon, in this game, you are ballsy as.
Am I? I don't remember.
It's crazy. No ice installed, whatever. Just gonna score agenda.
Oh yeah. I mean, yes. Now I remember. Yeah, this stupid current was such a pain in the ass, and I mean. Sometimes as Wayland, you do this. First turn, score hostile.
Why not? Getting ahead
Bring
economically.
It on, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, whatever. Everything's open. I didn't actually have the account siphon on hand.
Yeah, bring on your account siphon. Bring on your makers. I don't care.
Yeah, so I actually, I don't have no way to punish this. And I do have the way to access, to snipe the agendas from hand, of course. Of course, Gereon.
Like you always do.
So I have a real chance. If I win this game, I win the campaign. As we said last time around, you still have at least to win one game because there's like so many agenda points you have to score to fulfill.
You have to have 10 agenda points scored, plus you have to have your condition fulfilled, which is okay.
Looking good.
Ines on the runner side and evidence collection on the cop side.
I have to be really careful to get Ines out here before we end this campaign. Because actually, if I get all my 10 points and win the game and there is no Ines on the board, then
we just continue. You have the 10-point condition fulfilled, but you have to win with Ines. So that's
really great. I think this is a really good catch-up mechanic. Mm-hmm. That's makes up for really close endings because you have fulfilled both conditions to actually win the game. You have to actually your last game that you play, you have to actually have your Ines or evidence collection scored. So even if you reach the 10 points, you still have to continue playing until you get that one game where everything, all the stars align. And that's just good game design. That's as much as flack as Terminal Directive gets for being unbalanced and stuff like that. This is there's a lot of things that they got right, and this is one of those.
And it's a good foundation for a second campaign expansion, I would say.
Yeah, definitely
building upon this. And I mean, also a good thing is that the criticism you hear about Terminal Directive is basically wherever you look, it's the same.
Yeah.
So it's not that some people like this aspect and other people like that aspect and so on and so.
Yeah, it's very clear.
As from a designer's point of view, it's pretty clear what people liked and what people didn't like so much.
Yeah, I think the design team has some very good clues on where to go next from this, and I hope they will appreciate this. Yeah. And you are being still so balls out here, like whatever, just getting money. Who needs ice anyway?
It's probably not so much a question of boards, but rather a question of having ice on hand.
But we've seen 7 games where each start was ice, hedge fund or whatever.
Yeah.
And suddenly it's like I don't even know what's happening. Do you have the killing combo in your hand? What's wrong? So now we actually start playing. Now I actually start playing my ability correctly, which means every card I actually discard, I put it on top of my stack. Yeah. Which this is the game where I realized this slows down so horribly. This is because I cannot actually draw into new cards because every operation,
it actually turned more or less into a disadvantage. For you.
It's surprising. I mean, it's kind of nice to keep drawing into hedge funds, Shogambos.
But sometimes you want to see new stuff.
Yeah, it's because especially since it's active since turn 1, it makes it so difficult to build up a rig. I think there's a new score on another agenda here. I think we had troubles tracking of your quest, your next quest, which is, I think, no, it's no longer drawing per card, it's something else. There's 2 new objectives you have. Not sure what they are. One of the objectives is something that you probably don't want to achieve, which is discarding all of your cards.
Yes, that's the one that would get rid of the current.
Not sure what the other one from the game. Running an HQ, seeing an IPO. There's even more. You're getting way ahead in your economy here. But I'm just scoring agendas, whatever. It's just a 0-point agenda, whatever. Nobody cares about the 0-point agenda.
I care.
I do, you do. So I guess then I care also.
Yes. Yeah.
This would be a good agenda for you right now. You could get like a really good central protection.
Yeah. Again, Archer or Matriculation would be nice on a central.
But double mandatory draw is also good.
Yeah. This at least one card looks like ice.
Okay, now finally you're icing up.
Yes,
And,
ice IPO.
and
That's also great.
And usually with relief, now we're back to the old script again, but looking at your credit count is kind of insane.
Yeah.
The contrast between this game and the last game is pretty significant. All right, getting on the sneak door. Doing my old thing again. Todeshin.
Yeah.
Todeshin.
It has to go. Another sneak door run.
And again, whenever you trash one card from HQ, you're sure to see another card. That's not good, especially when you look at our credit counts. I think I have. We don't quite see how much, but I will count it in later on when we do the overlays. I have very little money.
Looks like 26 to me.
Yeah, you have 26. I have like
yours, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, 2.
Looks like 2.
Maybe more, but not much.
Will we remember to remove the lamp from the cameras?
And we do.
Yes. Good.
Or maybe this is the last game.
Maybe.
There we go. That opens up the opportunity for me. Face checking ice in front of HQ. That's going to be Enigma, and I lose the click. And it's your turn.
Clickless draw.
Oh, creating all those servers now. My ability is disabled, which is actually good for me because I was really, as you can tell, my board state is not very impressive.
You notice what I'm tracking is the number of remote servers.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Creating remote servers.
That's right. Creating remote servers was your goal. I'm actually so relieved that you created those servers. Because suddenly I can get rid of all the operations from my hand. Getting up the money is really important, but you were so far ahead, it's kind of like insane. Maybe that was something that you did wrong. You just didn't care too much about the ice. You should have played more operations instead.
Even more, yeah.
Okay. This new Gereon is causing me a lot of troubles.
It's just what the deck gave me.
I'm playing the cards and I'm being dealt. Making lemonade.
Exactly.
Create another server, another checkbox. Install it. In advance. Oh, you didn't checkbox. Now I'm bothered.
It's probably the last or second to last that I need to check.
I think there's still 5.
Oh, no,
5.
Yeah.
There's
also, yeah.
Okay, let's check. Let's face check some ice. I'm expecting a Todeshin on board because I saw him. I know I trashed him, right?
Mm-hmm. You trashed one from HQ.
Okay, then show me some ice stopper.
Okay.
I think you might not appreciate the kind of courage it took to face check ice with that kind of amount of money. It could be your machination again. That would be horrible.
Yeah, it could even be an archer.
Yeah.
Could also be.
Oh, yes! Great success. So after I saw all the 0-point agendas, I decided to put data dealer in my deck, and I'm actually able to sell off your 0-point agenda. Good riddance, 0-point agenda. And actually, you forgot how data dealer works here.
That's because
it's not a card you see every day.
No, it isn't.
So data dealer is actually not being used up by this ability.
I remembered incorrectly that it was click trash, but it's only click.
I think if it was just trash, that would make it really good.
Yeah.
I think that would then you would maybe see more data dealer in play.
Yes,
but
because right now it's basically 2 clicks. It's install
Yeah.
and then use it again.
yeah.
You would like to have something at the speed of an operation or an event.
Yeah, this would be nice if it was clickless. But still, in this case, when you're sure that you're going to see 0-point agendas,
Yes.
it's absolutely a good include.
Yeah.
And of course, again, I was thinking that maybe you can put it in even earlier in, because you're bound to have
Hostile takeovers.
that too, but also Ines.
Yes, Ines is also...
You could go for Ines
yeah.
if that's an emergency situation. You can trash Ines. And you can also, like now, of course, in an end game, you also have 1-pointer evidence collections, which you can also get rid of. Yeah, there we go. Even more money.
Money up.
The rich people get richer. I have 2 bad pups, so I can trash it for free.
Yeah.
Which I do.
It's still, it's 6 credits net gain for me.
What is the card that you installed in advanced ones?
Don't remember.
Clear, not an agenda, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm also afraid to use the sneak door better, because that could be another nasty thing there. I'm a little bit up on money, but not nearly enough.
13 looks like.
13, yeah, and you have more than enough. So all you just need is a good opportunity to scorch me. And maybe, I guess, we need to scorch Earth. Okay. Okay, so I'm guessing this was maybe a trap.
Yeah, looks like it was a June bug after all.
But maybe that's now a second June bug. I've seen weirder things happen. Overwriting a snare with another snare.
Overwriting a snare with a snare is the best play.
So I'm getting another breaker, which probably going to be lustig. Not lustig.
Corroda.
Corroda could be a good choice, or maybe Abagnale. Corroda.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you have a Maker's Eye on hand, you want to get into R&D.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Sure. I mean, I can also just run on R&D as free access right now. Two clicks left.
Yeah. Run R&D for single access.
Single access gets me a data sucker token, and I pay it with Beppa for it, so it's a great situation.
That's okay.
Data dealer. So proud, so proud.
Aren't you over memory?
Yeah, I think we will notice that I'm actually over memory. I will trash the sneak door better very soon. I will notice now that I install a second breaker. I think that's going to be now it's going to be Abigail.
Yeah, now you're noticing, but you didn't use the sneak door, so it doesn't make it.
No foul play there. we're trying to reverse engineer, which part gets trash or not, but we just leave the sneak door beta in here. I don't think it's a good idea to.
And it doesn't make any game-changing difference.
No, it's like I have a second sneak door beta there still, so I'm running on HQ. No, R&D. And now last click is run.
Last click HQ.
Graft, I mean. Yeah. It's some good sniping right there. So that just puts me at 5 points again, I think. Yeah, 5 points. No, more.
That's always what happens.
All right, it puts me at 6 points.
6 points plus you have your winning condition fulfilled. So unless I can win this game now, the campaign is over.
Yeah. You do have a lot of money, and I don't.
Yes.
So you're actually doing some math in your head right now?
And you made a run last turn.
Yeah, well, I made 2 runs last turn, so... I know we saw that there is a scissors on your hand, and I have crash space as protection.
Yeah.
But only 4 cards on hand.
Yeah, so...
You draw 2, which
Drawing for stuff that I maybe need. Second Scorch, for example, would be...
I think we didn't trigger Ina's ability.
That's true, yes. Yeah.
But
And now we're discussing whether sacrificing or selling Ines with Data Dealer is a good idea.
Or if you can play an Ines on your board while there's still an other Ines in you.
She's a unique character, so obviously that doesn't work.
But actually it would be a bad idea to sell Ines now because after I score an agenda, I win the game, so I don't have the time for... Okay, so now comes the scissors play, so you can easily out-trace me.
Yeah, and I fumbled this a little bit, but you allowed me to make this play correctly anyway.
Definitely. I mean, that's so you actually wanted to res something that you have there before you played scissors. Yeah. But, it's a new combo, so whatever. Yeah. So there it is.
Yeah.
There is the Mr. Stone, which gives me one meat damage now.
That's the important part, because that removes 1 card.
So now I have 3 cards on hand.
3 cards and then Scorch.
And you have to trash crash space, and then you can Scorch me. Yes. So here's the thing. I had this fridge, in a shower late night or so. I realized, wait a minute, I could have won this game. So what I could have done it if we played this correctly, even if I had the foresight to do this, when you res Mr. Stone and play scissors, I could have prevented the 1 damage from Mr. Stone with crash space, and then I still would have had 4 cards, and so you couldn't have. Scorching it would put me at 0. But Gereon. But you have an ability there that we always forgot, where I would have to discard yet another card or put it back on top of stack when I get attack. So actually we played it correctly.
So, it's all good.
Double bet sometimes makes it good.
Yes.
Yeah. So evidence collection was scored, but it doesn't matter. No, actually, no, it wasn't scored.
No, it wasn't scored. But I had enough points scored. Meanwhile, that if I won the next game with evidence collection.
If you win.
We are now both at match point with regards of the campaign.
Yeah. So actually, we achieved this thing where the next game will actually win the actual tournament.
Yeah, which is what Netrunner is all about, isn't it?
Yeah. So I hope you'll join us in the next game. When it's going to be really just coming down to the wire for both of us.
It's true.
See you next time around, guys. And as always, hack
the planet!
Hack the planet!
Shut up and get in the car!
Shit on me.
This series is heating up like this room is heating up right now. Next video is probably going to be the last video, so I wanted to actually leave some space at the end of the last video to talk a little bit about our impressions of the Terminal Directive, like a closing impressions. And so this is actually our last opportunity for a shout out. And I wanted to use the opportunity to give a shout out to the people who helped us creating the narrative
parts of this video series. So shoutouts to Nick and Krystian, who did the cooperation side of things. Shout out to Shane, aka GamingChtulhu, who did the runner side of things. And shout out to Sebastian, my friend Sebastian, who did the beautiful music. Sebastian is a little bit social media shy, so I think he would really appreciate it if you contacted him and gave him some feedback on his cyberpunk music. I think you would really like this. So thank you guys for helping out, and if you, dear listeners, want to support us as well, you can do so, for example, on patreon.com/hacktheplanet down here. Otherwise, see you next time around.